So first of all, I just want to say thanks to Lexi and Carla for helping me kind of get everything set up so that being here today is just going to be really, really simple for me to share what I can to help you guys progress from beyond today, and also to capture some footage that we can obviously use and look at in the future. A few people are going to say some words today, so I've asked 3 people to actually share something as a presentation with us, things that I've been impressed with over the last quarter that I think gives you guys an opportunity to share some of the wins, but also some of the lows that they've found by digging in. And I feel that that's going to be valuable for us as a group. We've got some guests in here today because as they come in, Tom looked at them like they've just walked in his bedroom and got in his bed with him. And he's like, what's going on here? So we've got Sam and Jacob. I invited Sam and Jacob along because they've both been doing training in the conveyor belt method with me, and I've been impressed with both of their results, and I feel like they deserve to be in the room today, and I wanted to give them an experience of what it's like to be part of the group, and also for you guys to let me know if you feel that they might be a good fit for the group moving forward, and I'll have that conversation with them afterwards. Dane's here as well. Dane's joining my team. He's an electrician by trade, so you can all shout at him and stuff for lights that are not working and things in gardens that you're doing, but he has been doing some work. He's a family member of mine as well, so don't hold that against him. And then my daughter's going to be joining us later on as well. She's on her way on the train. And we've got a legend at the back of the room that I'm going to introduce a little bit later on. So let's just make a breakthrough today. Let's make sure that when we leave at the end of today, that we've took something super valuable from it, and that we don't just come here and get a nice little dopamine fix of being around everyone and, you know, hugging and high-fiving and telling everyone what we're going to do, and then leaving here and not actually going and doing it. So it's really important that we, yes, get the energy from the room, but we also make sure that that energy carries forward and that we actually execute on it. Before we get started, I've got a little message from our friend. Let's see if I can make this work, because
I'll translate this.
He did actually say get Jonathan to translate. Let's see if I can.
Hi lads, sorry I can't be with you this meetup. I am very disappointed that I'm not with you, enjoying the enthusiasm and the wisdom that you all have in that room. So yeah, I am ready to go, waiting for a little bit more healing and ready to bring the business to the next level. The fingers on the trigger, I'm ready to go. I have lots in the pipeline, so I am looking forward to finishing out this quarter and getting close to our target that we had set. So let's see how we go on. If something's not measured, it can't be adjusted. So this is the first time that we will be measuring and seeing how we go and seeing how we can improve. So onwards and upwards, and I hope you have a great time without me. And Jonathan, I hope you don't get in trouble on the airplane. I will be there to look after you this time. Anyway, have fun and enjoy, and I'll looking forward to the feedback from you. Enjoy, guys.
Good old Pedro. He actually said, he sent me a note saying, ask them the name of the plant behind him. So I want to start with something that I think everybody in the room probably needs to hear before we do anything else today. So the standards for me require discipline, not energy. You might need a bit of energy to get these things started, but discipline is about, standards are about discipline rather than energy. Because most of you, like I said, are going to walk in here today running on energy. It's great to be around each other and bouncing off each other. We get fired up in the room, and then we feel like just being here today is going to do the changing, but it's actually the bit that we do outside of the room that does the biggest change. It's a bit like if you bring somebody into your business and they need extra bits that they can do. They can go on YouTube and learn certain things in their own time. And some people have got that little bit extra and other people just don't quite have it. So it's what you do outside the room that's going to make the biggest difference. And it might be, the motivation that you need right now to be in the room, but it really is going to be what you take from the room and move forward with afterwards that's going to have the biggest difference. So today I wanted to build this whole thing around, you can either add a 0 or you can do nothing. They're the same thing. But one's going to get you everything and one's going to get you nothing. We're going to go into that a little bit. So that's what today's about, really, for me, adding zeros. If your business is turning, let's say your business is turning over 100 grand, just to, give this some context. If your business is turning over 100 grand and you add a 0, it's now 1 million. Okay, and it's the same for your profit. If you're making 5 grand profit and you add a 0, it's 50 grand. So adding a 0 to the end can make all the difference in our lives. But most of us are not working for 0, but those zeros make the biggest difference. So I want to have that shift today. And nothing makes tomorrow look like it is today. And adding that 0 is going to make all the difference. So does anyone do any steps, like purposefully walk any steps yesterday even? Anyone? You did? Yeah? Just flip your step counter out on your phone for a second. I'm not going to get you up here to share it. No one's going to compete with Peter now.
7,713.
So 7,713. So you was active, you was moving, it was purposeful. Now what about today?
1,700.
What about tomorrow? It's not going to have any data tomorrow. It's not going to have any data when you wake up in the morning. None of us. Nothing carries over. Yesterday's 20,000 steps mean nothing this morning. Yesterday's session in the gym means nothing this morning. Nothing carries over. Your business is the same. Last month's turnover means nothing, Tom. Means nothing. Last month's sales means nothing now. It's what's going to happen today and tomorrow and the next day. The pipeline for last quarter, relevant, done. The great job that we just finished, gone. It's finished. The client's already forgotten, probably until they haven't been, which is something that I definitely want to talk about today. Everything's earned every single day. The calls are earned every day. The follow-ups are earned every day. The respect from your team's earned every day. The respect in the marketplace is earned every day. The standard of work, the speed of your response, the way you show up, nothing carries over. So if you want to have a good day today, amazing. You want to go back on Monday and spunk Monday up the wall and forget that today happened, no problem, go do it. But don't blame anybody but yourself. There's 5 areas of business that we talk about a lot. When any of those things are off, things wobble. So we've got sales and marketing, finance, processes, and people. Real key flywheel in our business. It doesn't matter how good you are at 4 if one of them's off. Okay? It does not matter. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples of why. So imagine your marketing's firing. The sales are flying in. The processes are bang on. And the people are really up for it and they're going for it. But your bank account is minus 50 grand. You've got a meeting to have with your accountant. Yeah, and things don't look good. You forget all of those 4 things that are working really well because that one thing's just taking your mind away from it. It's the same if your finances were really good, your processes were bang on, your marketing and sales were really firing, but there's people in your business that are just poisonous, toxic, and you're stuck in that mindset of they need to go, but then the other 4 things fall down. So we've got to get everything working right for us in order for our businesses to feel good. It's not just in one area. Freedom comes from getting all of it right. That's just the business. We've also got to get our personal piece right. as well. The strength of your business is the strength of the weakest pillar. It really is. So your finances are weak, your business is typically weak. If your people are poor, then your business is poor. You know, you're sending them out there. You know, I've spoken individually to a lot of people. I'm looking at Tom. A lot of what me and Tom have spoke about over the last couple of weeks has like been really on my mind a lot. And it's that first point of contact is not as strong as, you know, Tom, for example, then of course the business is going to suffer a little bit. And it doesn't matter how great your senior management is and how good all your systems are if that first bit is not good enough or can't compete. So we've really got to focus on the weakest parts of it. Most of you already know which one's letting you down. You probably don't want to say it out loud, you know, sometimes, but we know which one's letting us down. We just haven't dealt with it yet. One off and the whole thing wobbles. So there's a pattern. I just want to show you the pattern what I think we go through to avoid the thing that actually needs to be done. It's a bit of a failure cycle. Big idea, right? We get that big idea. This is it. This is what's going to really take me to where I need to get to. And we go fast, hard, spend all weekend working with Claude, ChatGPT, you know, Manus, whatever AI that we've got. And we work really hard on putting all of these things together. But at the end of the week, we don't get the results that we wanted or that we expected for the effort. And we start to feel sorry for ourselves as human beings, business owners, whatever. And as soon as you put effort into something and you don't get results quickly, you burn out. You mentally start to burn out. And then you let things slip. Standards typically start to slip. So it might be that I'm doing a one-to, and we usually set up things at the beginning that are just impossible to hold on to anyway, because we've got energy and we're really fired up for it. And we say we're going to have one-to-one meetings 16 times a day to make sure that this thing gets done. And then 14 times Tuesday and 12 times on Wednesday and 8, because it's impossible to maintain that energy. So we've got to set things up that gives us that allows discipline to control the standards. So we have that big idea, we go through it, and this is the big one for me, the belief starts to slip. And then once the belief starts to slip, we start to blame. Because it's easy to blame external things than it is to take it on the chin ourselves. But it's a standard. Now, the doubt is the bit really that's stopping us getting the result. We're getting to this bit and then we're coming back here because we can put energy into this and we start really driving it again until it gets to the resistant point. As I said, my mentor said to me, and I've said to you guys many times, resistance comes when you're closest to the goal. So resistance comes when you're closest to the goal. In football, in rugby, I'm trying to think of any sports anybody else is really into, but the key things there. It's the same in business. You're going to feel resistance. On a football pitch, it's tangible. You can see the line and you can't bloody get over it. But in business, it's all up here in our head. So the closer we get to the goal or the thing, the resistance shows up and then we want to back off. And when we doubt ourselves, guess what we do? We scroll on Instagram or we end up scrolling through stuff and then the algorithm just shows us things that we don't really need to see. And then we're like, that's the big idea. Let's go back to it. Yet when we've done our numbers for the first big idea, the numbers tell us it works. But for some reason, we can't make it work. Therefore, it don't work. Let's go back to something. If the numbers show that it works, it works. It's can you make it work? Do you have the bollocks to make it work? That's the big thing. Instead of keep changing things. you know, the kind of excuses that people make, leads, market slow, people aren't spending, the economy, weather, social media don't work in my area, competition. None of that's really what's happening. And I've got something else that I want to go through in a bit. I don't think there's any such thing as competition. I think it's just lazy systems. And I'm going to show you and prove that to you today. What's happening is that we stop holding our standard and we deviate from the plan that we had because it gets tough. And we're in the trenches and it gets tough. We want to go back to an idea that's probably going to be easier for us because now we've got a new perspective on it. The next idea is going to be a lot easier. But I think we can all admit that every place that we're stuck at seems to be the same thing, regardless to the idea or what we try in, it's the same. We're stuck at the same bit mentally. So it's not just business as well. We've known this our whole life. In life, and everyone's like, is this going to get fun today or not? It's why people quit new fitness plans mid-January. It's why, another Spurs joke, I can feel it. It's why football fans leave when their team's losing. They're only half in it. Go back to the fitness thing. Everyone can eat really clean for that first week. Then you do get a bit hungry, I've got to admit. And people are back on the sofa and then starting again in March. Standard slips, not the pain, it's the standards that we let slip. It's why business owners stop charging for the paid commitments or the design fees or whatever it is. And we've had multiple examples, and Scott's probably the person that will share it the most, where he'll say, actually, I went and just seen that job and I wish I hadn't bothered. Because we do let standards slip. I think the key thing I just want to get at the back end of this is, it's the same pattern every time. That's the thing. And we got to recognize it. The standard requires maintenance once we've got there. It's like when we bring a new system into the business and we got the energy to put it in, but then we step away from it, but it needs the same energy to maintain it. It's got to stay there. That's why once people are in, you've got to manage them. And if you can't manage them, get a manager to manage them. Well, I can't because I can't afford the manager. You can't afford the people either. Because if you just let them loose, they cause chaos, Neil, right?